Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Hey,
I'm
hey,
Lauren.
hey, girl.
How are you?
Good.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We are talking to you guys about Put a Ring on It, and we're dealing with Otis and Charlie. This is our second video, and we're talking about the competitive streak within a relationship. Is it unhealthy to have a competitive streak within a relationship? Well, it depends what kind of competition you guys have. Friendly, banterous, light, fun competition, never a problem. But a competition that makes people feel resentful, angry, pain, hurt, makes people belittle and put down, that competition always causes a problem. Charlie and Otis got a healthy form of banter. I doubt it. But we're going to talk a little bit more as the show goes on. So if you want to know my thoughts, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, we're going to talk to you today about competition within a relationship. Is it healthy? All right. Before I go any further, I got to do the intro, baby. Yeah.
Little black girl, you know what time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is.
Yes. I'm excited again about this particular review because I think we can break down some stuff really importantly. Let me just make sure my camera is smooth here because it's like trying to put me out of focus. But I think there's some key things we can really learn here and put into perspective. Let me just away because it looks like it's not trying to zoom in my life. All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit about Charlie and Otis and competition and break it down what I mean by this. Okay, so competition within a relationship, being healthy needs to be light, fun, banterous. It's not about winning as such. In this particular form of competition, which isn't really competition, it's about partnership. It's about aspiring and inspiring one another to keep doing better than we had. It's not about doing a one-up on someone, but rather a betterment of the relationship, a betterment of each other. Do we have that with Otis and Charlie? I don't think we do. I think we can see this particular scene that we're going to deal with to showcase you what unhealthy competition really looks like. It happens to be that these two are at each other's throats, trying to beat the other person and win. Because winning here is about boasting, taunting, success, power, and showing you that I'm better than you. And unfortunately, they end up trying to use their partners, specifically Charlie in this particular episode, trying to use her partner to showcase the other person, we better than you. Oh, she can't do this. She can't do that. We better than you. And you're going to see that as this particular clips begin to roll for each person. So competition in a relationship is okay. If it's light, banter's fun. You play Scrabble, you play Monopoly, you play FIFA on your game, and you're not trying to necessarily break each other. You want to win. Okay. But when it becomes resentful, boastful, taunting, that leads to hurt feelings. And that also leads as well to separate opposing objectives. When you have a competition relationship, you have two opposing teams who have maybe the same objective in terms of winning, but their agendas are slightly different, and like I said, again, this is not what's going to lead to a healthy relationship outcome as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these two. So let's go here. I want to just, you're about to hear actually where I think is a key point. Listen to this.
There he was with his little daughter.
First point, why did she have to refer to Milan as little daughter? Well, the key was earlier on this episode, when they were talking in the kitchen, he said he's going to put on his chain, his best chain or whatever, as they were going to go to yoga. And she asked him why. And he said, this is because he can. He wants to, right? He wanted to show her the chain meant something. It was a symbol symbolizing that he was going to do his best work. Okay. And so when they came to this particular yoga session, she also wanted to show her hand and show how great she could be, right? But partly in that, she also was belittling another woman in order to uplift herself. That's what Sorry about that. That's what I mean by the competitive streak now becoming an issue within your relationship. It's starting to become a centerfold practice where that is now becoming the way that you operate. And this is happening because as the relationship gets more and more toxic, so does the method and the means of the way that people operate within it. This competitive streak from both parties, because they're both this way competitive when they saw each other in that particular date, trying to outdo one another, leads to this type of behavior where you belittle other people in order to do a one-up, right? So if she can trash his girl that he's with, that means that she can be one-up, right? Okay, cool. Listen to this as the show goes on. Let's get this now.
Find your tree pose. Nice, guys.
Real athletes over here.
That's right.
Once you find your...
Did you hear the comment in the background? Real athletes here. That's right. And also now the person she's on a date with has also joined in on the competitiveness too. Listen, I'll be honest with you. When I was young, I didn't mind this kind of games. I was down for it. Bring me in. I'm gonna do it. Listen, I'm gonna make sure your person is feeling some way. But now I'm older. I'm like, that's not peace. If I get involved in that, or if I'm the person even who's in a relationship who's doing that, I'm not at peace. Having to one-up your partner is not a peaceful tactic. It's turmoil within yourself. That comes from a place of envy, that comes from a place of jealousy, comes from a place of strife. It doesn't come from a place of peace. So if you're wanting peace, that competition that you're having between yourselves isn't really producing what you want it to produce. Let's keep it a buck. Listen more.
Placement. Hold on to your partner.
His ass was falling. Can't get it together over there.
Now you might watch it and be like, oh, they're just joking. They're not. These are seeds that are being planted within the course of your relationship, right? Oh, can't get it together. He's struggling over there. These are seeds of plants, and it's not actually the words that are being seeded; it's the feelings. Again, when we talk to people, when we interact with one another, I talk a lot about emotions and feelings, and what we feel often has a longer lasting impact. Hence, why what you felt when maybe you were a child about something, it comes up in your adulthood. It's not the emotion necessarily; it's the feeling. You remember how you felt. And so what's happening here is that when this thing is all said and done, it will be the feelings people remember, not necessarily the emotion or what was said. It's the feeling. I remember how I felt in that moment. And so again, we're hearing Charlie again trash talk, and she wasn't the only one. He did some too as well. But I'm again talking about the competitive streak within their relationship. She's into sports. Okay, she's got the, I guess you want to call it type A kind of feeling. She's into sports. She's into her tennis. You know, maybe she's used to being go-getting, and so he's also used to go-getting. They're both not yielding to one another, and so what's happening is there's a button of heads within the course of a relationship. All right. So, you know, just to even prove that it's getting competitive, if you want to really have the proof here, let's see what the thing is.
Reach for your toes, ankles, or calves, or maybe you reach your neighbor's toes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Charlie might have been a little jealous when she saw Otis in Milan. But at the end of the day, I was.
So even he noticed that, you know, Charlie was a little bit jealous at the end of the day. And he's going to go on to say that he was allowing himself to be used in the process to be able to make also now Otis jealous. So we're now in a dangerous spot where we're now even having third parties being involved in our nonsense, triangulation. And trust me, this never ends well. Oh, man, look, trying to do the other person one up. Who's going to go as far as they need to go? Who's willing to go past that line? Someone will. I said this about toxicity video as well. Competition now here is not inspiring or aspiring. In this moment, it is taking away from either party, right? To show the other person, I'm better than you. I got a better partner than you. We communicate better than you. We're having a good time more than you.
Kind of trying to make them jealous a bit as well.
Breathe out. It's getting a little intense in here. Breathe out. Find a little gratitude for your partner.
Why would the gentleman want to be excited to do that? Listen, you're already being sucked into the game, sir. The person who's dating Charlie, he cannot now trust Charlie to operate in the correct way in a relationship. If you've seen her acting like this now, I wouldn't trust you, because these are the kind of games you will end up playing on me after. The games we're playing now is what you're going to play on me later on when things ain't going the way you feel they should be going. So I'm not about to be involved with that, you know. You're not about to be involved in that kind of game. You should think long term, right? And I want to bring this part up.
Did you see them struggling?
Yeah.
Hey.
No,
Oh, you don't kiss me?
absolutely not. Please.
Well, don't.
Go
Ooh.
wash your hands.
He tried to kiss his girl on the date whilst with the other girl. Why would he do that? Well, he would do that because he wanted to assert some dominance over the other guy. He saw the other guy and his girl enjoyed themselves, having too much fun. And maybe because the date also too that he was having the other girl wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Therefore, he shifted his focus onto their date and tried to impede himself and impute himself and put him involved to kind of dominate the other man and show him that's still my girl, bro. I can kiss her anytime. That's mine, bro. I can have her anytime. So don't think you can get too comfortable, too excited, bro. This is my thing, bro. And that's what that attempted kiss really was. It was an assertion of dominance to say, this is mine. But it failed because she was not ready to play that game with him. Competition, again, like I said, people, listen, competition is not a problem when it's light, it's banterous. But when it gets serious, when it's about doing one up on each other, it always causes issues and damage to your relationship. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate it.
Little black, you know what